at what point do you reach out to someone and say, okay, your video is doing good. We want to pay you a retainer or pay you extra per video so you can do more videos?
Yeah, I think you want to be in a stage where your shop's going, upwards of 10K in a month. And
All right, so we are here with Mr. Doug from the UK, a TikTok shop expert. How you doing today, Doug?
yeah, all good. Ernesto, how you doing?
Well, a little bit hot. So it's 90 degrees in Florida. I'm very hot, and I just came back from a run. I took a shower, but I'm still sweating a little bit after I took a cold shower. So if I look a little red, it's because I was just running in the extremely hot weather.
Nice. Extreme conditions.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about TikTok affiliate outreach, which is, I use this software called Kelo Data, which it gives you all the sales, how much the brands are selling, where the sales are coming from which affiliates, how much are the affiliates selling. It gives you everything, right? It's kind of like Helium 10 for Amazon, but Kelo Data for TikTok. And I see that in most cases, 90% of the sales happen through the affiliates as opposed through the actual shop, right? The TikTok shop brand and the brand promoting their products and running ads into their shop. So it's affiliate outreach, 90% of the sales. That's what I see. Maybe it's a little less or a little more. But today I wanted to talk to how to do the affiliate outreach successfully for your brand without wasting time, wasting samples. You can send out 200 samples to the wrong affiliates, or you can reach out to thousands of them and not get a response or not attract the right creators. Like, I want you to break it down. What's the process for a brand to reach out to affiliates or creators that will help you promote your brand and grow your brand?
Yeah. So absolutely. I think you're right. When you jump onto color data, not all the time, but I think like a large percentage of shops, like the majority of their marketing strategy and their affiliate strategy would be, right, and like a 90-10 split, right? So 90% split between, and this is revenue generated. So yeah, 90% of the revenue generated is split between affiliates, and 10% is through self-operated accounts or marketing accounts, which are directly affiliated with the brand. But like that isn't the case for everyone, and that is specific to the product and to the brand and to the company. So it's specific to the product because there's a really high cost of goods sold or really high value product. You're not just gonna send out an infinite, endless number of samples because it's a seriously big investment and really risky because you're not guaranteed high quality and content. You're not guaranteed high quality content to the level or to the quotas that you demand. So
and not every brand or every product is not the same cookie cutter system to reach out to affiliates and promote. So let's take for example, someone says protein powder that costs them $10 and they sell it for $30. It's average, so because $10 they can afford to do a few hundred samples a month. What would the process be to reach out to affiliates and then get them to engage and actually move the needle?
So yeah, it's about moving the needle, right? It's about cutting through the smog and getting recognized. It's about increasing awareness, getting familiarity, getting down the funnel, right? So the way we do that is by a consistent message, and through a consistent strategy and a consistent message in between affiliates. And you can outreach to affiliates manually. It's a very long process. And, the TikTok software, the TikTok page, the affiliate center and the seller center, they don't run so smoothly. So, it's very clunky. It can be very slow. So as, I'm sure if you're looking into affiliate marketing, I'm sure you're probably aware that there's, a couple, there's plenty of third-party tools where you can automate the process. And, we have our own partners and have been working with them, for a long time now. And, they offer really, really cool features for outreach, for Spark Ad Code Collection for, you know,
What are some software that you use to reach out to affiliates?
So I've used a couple. So I used Uptick, I've used Yuka, and I'm currently using Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really like the Reacher features. I think it's got an amazing tool for managing creators, but on a flat fee basis. So, you know, you can actually pay creators straight from the Reacher app. So it automates everything, automates the payment system. So it uses PayPal actually. And so it's just a really easy tool because step one is connecting with the creator, and you can filter for creators like you can on TikTok, you know, by demographic, by interest, by age, by performance metrics. So you can filter down really, really easily.
Okay.
And then what it does really well is it has fantastic data points and data sets. So it will tell you which is top performing creators. And then from there, you know, you have a concise and refined list of top creators.
Do you use that to send out bulk messages to everyone, or how do you send bulk messages?
Yeah, it's important to stay really engaged with the affiliates because, you know, you can send them one message and great, you know, you send them a message like, hey, thanks for accepting our sample request. Really looking forward to the video. Please post X, Y, and Z. And then, you know, like maybe in 2 weeks' time they'll post it, or you could post them, or you can reach out to them again like a week or, you know, a week after your first outreach message. You'd be like, hey, like really looking forward to seeing your content, like, you know, sending them reminders. Or for example, you know, if someone's posted a video and, you know, say you got like 500 creators who posted a video, you know, those creators still have your product and, you know, they've like recently have your, and so you want to retarget them again and say, hey, like, we saw your video, saw you did okay, but like, hey, try using these methods, like these, I'm mentioning these things, try using this hook. And, you know, what we're trying to do is maximize the content that we get per sample request. Because, you know, these creators have the sample, so it's saving you money in that respect. But B, you know, they're more engaged and, you know, they've tried and they're going to be definitely more open to understanding and listening, you know, what other people have had to do. You know, you're giving them the proven techniques and the tested methods that have made sales. Yeah.
Okay. Now, at what point do you reach out to someone and say, okay, your video is doing good. We want to pay you a retainer or pay you extra per video so you can do more videos?
Yeah, I think you want to be in a stage where your shop's going, you know, upwards of 10K in a month, and, you know, you have some really standout creators who are, you know, generating 90% of your revenue. You know, you want creators to be, you know, having hundreds, you know, in the hundreds for conversions. You want their videos to just be like really like a clear cut from the rest. And yeah, really important to lock in on these guys because
I also see, you know, we're talking about 90% of the sales happen through the creators. I also see that 90% of the sales from the creators happen from the top 10% creators. So when I see a brand that has 100 videos, most of the sales are happening from the top 5 or 10 creators. And then you have a bunch doing just a few hundred sales or even less, right? So you can work with 500 creators, 1,000 creators, and most of those are just going to sell very little or nothing. But then the small part is going to do the bulk. Like, it seems like only a few videos convert, and that's why we do quantity of videos when we run our strategies.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's like, you know, 20% of, you know, not even those numbers, but, you know, 10% of the affiliates doing 90% of the sales, and it's the nature of it, you know. And yeah, as exactly as you said, you know, it's just important to be consistent with your strategy because, you know, you can't predict virality. You can't predict, you know, if a video is going to, you know, change your shop's outlook. So, you know, you just gotta be true to yourself and true to your brand because, you know, what at the end of the day, what the algorithm is doing constantly is just it's feeding off of data points, you know, understanding your audience through every single video that gets posted. And you know what you'll find is, you know, videos that you've posted or videos that affiliates have posted in the first 3 months of your, you know, existence on TikTok Shop, you know, they will be the ones they could very well likely be the ones driving your sales, you know, 3 months down the line, but they just haven't had the visibility yet. So, you know, I think it's also important to understand that, to be like, okay, we're collaborating with a lot of creators, we're sending a lot of samples out. They're not making sales right now, but like, you know, don't perceive them as, you know, for nothing, right? They are playing a role. You know, they're first of all training your algorithm, and second of all, you know, they could very well likely perform further down the line. And yeah, you know, you're getting a video for, you know, cost of goods sold plus cost of shipping.
Yeah, which is great. Okay, awesome, Doug. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll record some more content next week. And if you guys have any questions, you need to meet with Doug or me, just reply to this video, put a comment on this video, or you can always email me, ernesto@bullseyesellers.com, or you can email Doug directly, doug@bullseyesellers.com, or go to the website and book a call, and we'll be happy to jump on a call with you. All right. Thanks again, Doug.
Cheers, Ernesto.